We're here at Carolina Staffing Solutions here at one of the two locations. We happen to be in Charlotte. I'm with Ashley Beck, Staffing Coordinator, and Jim Fish, the Executive Director for Brunswick Senior Resources. So thank you both for being with us today.
Well, thank you. Appreciate it.
Thank you. Thank you very much for having us.
Absolutely. Now, before we get into all the different things that you guys do, can you give us a little history and just an overview of what exactly y'all do here?
Well, as a staffing company, of course, we work with different clients in the area. Anywhere from construction, we do medical placement, housekeeping, administrative, you name it, we do it. Even to individuals that call in that might need help with maybe loading up their, U-Haul or cleaning their yard. Or we do just a little bit of everything. We also do payrolling, so we do have some clients that utilize us for that as well. We have a Carolina cleaning division, so we also handle contract cleaning for vacation homes, residential, commercial, construction cleans, everything.
Okay, great. And you brought Jim along with you to help us with the interview today because you've utilized their services as well. Is that right?
We have. We're a client and a very satisfied client. We've had the opportunity to work with them now for about 3 years, I think, maybe even a little bit longer than that. And we've been able to they've been able to help us meet the different needs that we've had for staffing solutions, all the way from sort of senior executives down to basic entry-level help. And so it's been outstanding. We're very pleased with the service.
Well, that's very good to hear. I'm sure our viewers will appreciate that as well.
Sure.
Now, Ashley, can you tell us a little bit about the process? First, let's go from a business in and say they are looking for employees. How do you go about finding those employees for them?
Well, we utilize so many different sources, and you have to today, in today's economy, to be able to find the best quality. And if I may say so, staffing is one of the better ways to go. But in terms of finding the qualified applicants, we have them come in, we set up appointments, we do an application with them, we go through all of their work history, we check their references, we do drug testing, background screening, we do e-verify, we do all of record keeping that you would typically do in your day-to-day staffing. And basically the client would contact us or the employer, and they would just let us know exactly what their staffing needs were. So whether if they needed somebody, entry level, mid-level, professional level, we would then locate the candidates anywhere from we utilize the ESC, we utilize local colleges, we have job fairs on a weekly basis depending upon the demand for applicants. We also have applicants that come in, by the newspaper, just everywhere, Craigslist. We utilize our website to be able to update jobs on a daily basis. Facebook is a great avenue right now for us, and so that's how we do get. We generate our applicant flow that way.
Okay, so when someone comes in, they're looking for a job, do they tell you exactly what they are able to do, or they just come in and you say, well, you would fit nicely here, or this looks like it would be a good fit for you here, or how exactly do you determine?
Well, we always ask that they bring in a resume because, as you know, resume is going to tell us a little bit more so about that applicant versus just a general application.
Right.
So we basically dive into, their work history, what types of employment they have the most experience with. And then a lot of times, we have individuals who move to this area who might have retired, who may not have relatable experience to this area specifically. So I generally try to pull parts of their experience from their past positions and, locate them to an employer who might benefit from that applicant's experience.
Okay.
So we basically work it that way. There's some applicants who come in who, might fit the needs of what we're looking for that day. Sometimes a job might come available that we may not have someone in our files that specific day who's going to be the better quality. And so then that's when we utilize our other sources to generate the applicant flow for that employer. So
Okay. So when someone comes in, they're working for Carolina Staffing Solutions, or they go straight into that business and that's who they're working for?
well, they basically work for Carolina Staffing, and it's through your typical probationary period. And through that period, we cover workers' comp, general liability, payroll taxes, unemployment. So, we handle all of that for the employer. So whether if you're a large corporation or, like I said, the individual calling that needs help with some things around the home, we cover everything for you, so you're protected in that sense, and you also get a quality applicant.
Okay, very neat. So this can benefit so many people in so many different ways. Now, Jim, you said that you've obviously had a great experience.
Yes.
What would you like our viewers to know, just if they can relate to you guys and how you used them?
Sure.
What would you tell them?
Well, first of all, I would say that it's an amazing benefit. You've heard the process that Ashley's described. It's very complex, and there's a lot involved. And so for somebody like myself who runs a nonprofit organization, I really don't have time to be spending doing the things that she's describing. What I need to do is to be able to call one person who's an expert in that field, is up to date on all the current laws and all the things that are associated with that, and just say, hey, we have a position that's open and we need this type of a personality and this kind of a fit, and this organization has just done that very successfully for us. People that they've sent us have been great. And even from time to time, if somebody's not a fit, one of the biggest benefits is being able to pick up the phone and say, this person we don't, foresee them being with us long term, that they may not work out. And then Ashley's able to, to call that person in and to deal with that. And so it's really great for us. It allows us to focus on what we do, which is providing services to the community, taking care of our seniors, instead of having to worry about how are we going to find qualified people.
Right. Well, that's great. It takes a lot of stress, I'm sure, and pressure off of you guys to have you guys help them. Now, I know when we had discussed on the phone, we had talked about how much this would benefit, teachers who might not have a 12-month job all year long, or even high school students who are looking for a job in the summer, or college students. Do you find that it's helpful for people like that?
Absolutely, because as you know, we live in a very seasonal area. So with teachers, with students that are looking for employment, as I mentioned earlier, we have the Carolina Clean Housekeeping Division, and that's usually seasonal work, when everybody's out of school and looking to make some extra money. We have weekday work, weekend work, and so there's always something for everyone. We also do banquet serving. So serving typically picks up this time of year. Housekeeping typically picks up this time of year, even your construction. So we do general labor, like I said, all the way up to carpenter. So anybody who just, might be needing to find some additional work during the summer, it's perfect for those individuals, as well as people looking for temporary to permanent work as well.
Right.
So.
Well, great. That's very nice. Very good to hear. I'm glad. I know we were talking again before how we think things are picking up. So this will be perfect for someone looking in either directions, whether it's a business or just someone looking for a part-time, full-time, any kind of job that they could benefit from using y'all's services. So that's good to know. Yeah. If someone is looking to get in contact with you, what would be the best way? Should they send in a resume? Do they need to come in, call you? How does that all work?
It would typically depend, because we do a lot of virtual recruiting as well. But it's always best to start by a phone call or emailing a resume, so that way we can have your information, or we can establish a connection and go ahead and then, move forward and see what our next step needs to be. Whether if we have something immediately or something that might be coming up, or if you just want to come in and get registered, or, typically a phone call, emailing of a resume, that's a good first start. So.
Okay, great. Well, thank you both for being on the show and having so much information, and for you sharing your experience with us.
It's our pleasure to endorse them. They do an excellent job.
Well, great.
Thank you.
Thank you guys both very much.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.